Hey guys, Corey here. I got a new variation on a Town Hall 13 attack that I cannot wait to show you. Here's the army composition on the screen right now. Main thing is 8 healers, 8 yetis, and I'm going to show you exactly what kind of bases to use it on and exactly how to use it. Alright guys, here we go. We're just going to jump right into this attack. I'll explain as I go. Now, those 8 healers are going to be split up into 2 groups of 4. 4 for the Grand Warden, 4 for the Queen. Grand Warden's going to start on this side just because there's some random trash over there. I don't really have a way to funnel the Queen necessarily to the right, but up here, we got this double space right between here. And I'm going to take advantage of that to make sure that the Queen walks to the left. That's why I decided to start the Queen up at noon and the Grand Warden down at 9 o'clock. Now, I knew my Queen was going to be taking some heavy damage, so I knew I had enough rages. I could rage her, or I could just pop her ability, which I elected to do. Now, right here, made a judgment call. Queen, since she popped her ability, was moving a lot faster than the Grand Warden, so I went ahead and got a rage down on the Grand Warden just to cut out a few more of these buildings, really solidifying the path in the middle to jump straight into the core, another jump to get back towards the Town Hall. So here we go. That's going to leave 8 healers in total to heal whatever the heck they decide to heal at that point. Now, Warden's going to follow the troops up and to the right. Queen is combating the enemy Barbarian King right now, so I actually get a rage down early. You notice that rage covered the Queen and the Yetis, so they were able to run in and kill that enemy Barbarian King before my Queen died. Now, right here, you're going to see my Queen is on a sliver of health. My healers are on a sliver of health, so I just wanted to get that Warden in close enough to them so that I could save them all with that Grand Warden ability. There it is. I managed to catch all the healers in it, but not quite the Queen. Luckily, she jumps back over, and she's going to start getting healed up by those healers. At this point, we got the second jump already down. Yetis are moving their way towards the Town Hall. I prioritized the Town Hall over, say, the backside multi-target Infernos, because I know my Royal Champion can deal with those multi-target Infernos a lot easier than she can with that Town Hall. Same thing with the Hogs and a heal. Much better on defenses other than the Town Hall. So here we go. Queen actually got healed back up to full health. We've only got 1 healer left at this point, following the Royal Champion and some of the Hogs. The healers that were over on that side actually kept those Hogs up to full health while they were stuck in a tornado trap and being hit by that multi-target Inferno. Here we go. Yetis busted through and took down the Town Hall. Royal Champion and Hogs are doing their thing. Chose to pop the Royal Champion ability right there because I knew the Teslas were going to be some of the next closest defenses, and I knew that she could one-shot those if I popped her ability, so I was going to get a lot of bang for the buck by popping her ability right there. And sure enough, we got enough to finish off the rest of this base. In fact, we're going to go to ×4 because right now we're really just into cleanup. The Royal Champion still got almost entirely full health, still a few Hogs helping out, and Queen actually miraculously survived the whole raid. Now we're going to take a look at why I chose it for this base. The reason I came up with this attack for this base is very, very simple. I knew I wanted to enter on this side right about here. I like the pathing, using another jump back towards that Town Hall through the Eagle Artillery, taking up the majority of that base. My problem was I had a massive side over here, all right? I'm not going to get troops to focus in there together with healers and get on that side unless I manage to trim both ends, not just the outside buildings, but the inside buildings as well, which I end up doing on both sides. The Queen up here, the Grand Warden down here, so that we have a nice little path into the base, keeping all those troops focused through the core. So if you end up with a section of the base that is a lot wider than what you think you can handle with a single walk or a normal type entry, then use this attack. Warden on one side, Queen on the other. You'll narrow out that entry and have a ton of success. I'm going to show you the other half of this 6-pack that I did. This is going to be a base that did not need a double healer walk. That way you guys have that direct contrast, when to use it, when not to use it. After that, we're going to be going live with this very attack strategy, using the 8 healers, 8 yetis, doing it live so you can see the thoughts that are going into it all the way through the planning and the execution. Alright guys, I want to show you the difference between why you would use 8 healers and why you would just go back to the normal 5 for this Yeti Smash Siege Barracks attack. And if you look at this one right here, we got a Warden walk starting out on this side because we've got some uncertain pathing. Queen might wrap around. So that's why we chose a Warden walk out there. But you look at this side, we got dead space in here. We have easy funneling. I'm just going to start a peck on this to walk around to the right. So there's no need to start a Queen walk over on this side. All right, the Warden walk can clear, you know, 3-4 defenses in this line and give us a nice narrow entry, so you don't need those extra healers. You don't need to start on both ends to enter in on the center, because one side basically already been done for you. So you're going to face different bases, and so it's just going to be up to you to figure out which approach that you need to take, because for this base right here, this is the better approach. For the base that I showed you in the previous attack, that the double hero walk, the 8 healer, was definitely a better approach. So it's going to depend on what base you're doing, what the walk areas look like, what kind of value you need to get that nice narrow entry that you want for your pathing. Also worth noting, a lot of times you're going to use quakes on these, but you don't have to if you don't need to. I had 3 rages on this attack just simply because this area right here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls between wall sections. When you have 5 between the 2 end caps, you can span that with a single jump. And then right back here, we ended up with the same thing again, only 5 spaces between. No need to use a quake when a jump would do it just as well and leave you room for an extra spell. All right, an extra large spell, the 2 spell space. So there we go, and that's why I didn't end up using quakes on these. Although if it calls for a quake, you better believe I'll use the quakes as well. Here we go, jumping through. I'm really trying to path that main group back towards that town hall. If I can get the yetis on the town hall with some healers on them to keep them alive, I'm going to be in good shape. Now, the hogs came out and went to the left. I wait until the hogs come out so I know exactly where they're going before I drop in the royal champion to complement the hogs. Since they both direct target defenses, they work really, really well alongside each other. And of course, a heal spell down for the hogs is going to help keep that royal champion topped off on health as well. And then I just look for either my royal champion getting too low on health to pop that ability, or an area where I can get really good value for it. Check this out. This area right over here, if my royal champion pops its ability now, it's not, look, these 3 defenses right here have such high hit points, it's not going to single shot any of those. So I'm going to try and use it in an area where I can get a bunch of cannons and archer towers, or an entire Tesla farm instead. On this one though, I didn't need to pop it before, it was going so well, so I'll end up popping it over here, but it's not as effective as it could have been if that ability had been popped earlier on to take out a group of lower hit point defenses with the single shot. But here we go, base annihilated, no problem at all. Just a different approach. All right, and here we go, let's times 4 it, because I want to put those 4 stars up on the board. Just remember, if you're facing a base with a much wider entry, think about doing that double hero walk. In fact, I'm going to show you, we're going to go in and do some live examples of that one right now. All right guys, here we go. So if you look at this base, I'm going to start a Grand Warden walk right here on this side. I'm going to use the King early to get rid of a ton of this trash. In fact, I'm going to start him right now because he's going to have to work for a little while. I need him to get out of the way far enough that the Grand Warden will not follow him. Now the Queen, I'm going to start on this side, straight out from this air defense. If you notice this double space between these 2 buildings right here and those 2 buildings, that's going to encourage my Queen to keep walking to the right, not walk around the other way. Now I'm going to pop that King just for the sake of time. Really want him to finish his business ASAP. All right, he's going to go all the way over and do really kind of some crazy stuff. So I'm just going to start the Queen, give her 4 healers. King's going to go in and die, which is just fine with me. And Grand Warden, 4 healers. If that royal champion steps up to my Grand Warden, I'll probably have to use a rage spell to keep my Grand Warden alive. For the BK, I'm just going to go ahead and pop my Queen ability. Then I'm going to get this in and drop this. Oh yeah, rage time. There we go. And now we're going in with the yetis. Here we go. All right, everything's heading in. Gonna pop that Grand Warden ability now. Gonna jump through to the backside of the base. Yetis are kind of hung out to dry out front there. Now the healers finally switched up off to them. I'm trying to get those guys to head over towards that town hall, but I don't know how many of them are going to be taking that path. Looks like hogs are coming in on the right-hand side, so I'm going to reinforce them with the royal champion. Here we go. Yeah, yetis are cutting right back in towards that town hall. Queen is right behind them, so she's getting the value a lot of that tanking. Gonna look for a good spot to get some good heal value. Probably coming up after this defense. Gonna heal the hogs right there. That'll heal the royal champion as well. Have plenty of wizards, by the way, so I'm gonna start placing those for cleanup. Yetis are busting through to the backside of the base. Hogs are looking good. I don't see anything that's going to stop this attack. No way. We have everything working on the backside of that base, and pretty nice and healthy too. We still got 4 healers over there that are kind of trading off between healing up that Archer Queen, sometimes healing up Hogs and Royal Champion as well. In fact, I'm going to swag that Royal Champion ability on this one. Place a few more wizards just to help with cleanup, but yeah, easy money. And on a side where you normally have a difficult time possibly funneling all that stuff out of the way. Alright guys, here's our next base. I'm going to use the king to funnel on the left of my queen right here. Start her right here. She should be able to reach both of these and then walk over to the right after that air defense. On the other side, we're going to start the Grand Warden. I'm going to start him first because he's got a lot more stuff to chew through than the queen, and he does a lot less damage. So, going to get 4 healers over on him. Then immediately, I'm going to get some wizards over here, just helping him out. Get rid of some of those other structures. Putting a little bit of work on him. That way, it speeds up that Grand Warden and what he is doing. After that, I'm going to start the Barbarian King on this side. Get that other part of the funnel established. Royal Champion's probably going to make me have to use a Rage spell on my Grand Warden to keep him alive through that Royal Champion encounter. Going to pop my King ability and start the Queen in here. Once again, going to use a wizard to her right. Oh, no. All right, Grand Warden popped his own ability just because I was too slow with that rage spell. Let's see if this one is still going to go okay. We've got a funnel that's getting established actually really nicely right in there. So even without that Grand Warden ability, I think we still got a pretty good chance. Going to have to pop my queen. There we go. And where are we going next? We're going to go right over that eagle, try and get to that town hall. I would have loved to pop the Grand Warden ability right here. Got so many balloons in there raining down on those yetis. Queen is in there, but I literally can't even see where she is at. Gonna use the Royal Champion to back up the hogs. All right, Queen is reaching over, grabbing those multi-target infernos, just like I hoped that she would. All right, hogs are coming in, so they should tank that single for the Royal Champion. That is good news. Heal, keeps him alive through that giant bomb blast and continuing to move forward. All right, Queen is able to take out that town hall, so we still got some yetis, we got some healers in the core. Hogs and Royal Champion are still moving their way around the base. Gonna get a wizard around there to help clean up that trash ring. And now I think our next closest defenses are gonna be that Tesla farm, so Royal Champion's gonna make short work of those. Royal Champion with full health at max level, I think, can solo the rest of the defenses in this base. We only had 3 left that do damage, now 2, and now 1. Just gonna be a matter of if I can get this cleaned up in time. With 49 seconds, got a few wizards, still have a queen on the board. Royal Champion's going to start cleaning up on the right hand side. I do believe that we got this base handled, and all that even with a mistake, because if I would have got that rage down sooner, I could have saved that Grand Warden ability, kept a lot of those troops alive longer in the core. This would have been annihilated much harder than it was. So hope you guys can see just how this attack can be utilized to enter even in on a really wide section of a base, just like we've shown several times throughout this video.